Hi there, this is a guide for the Audio Technica M40 headphones. I'm going to be showing you how to disassemble and replace your broken hinge. From the photo here you can see an example of a broken hinge. This is over time the hollow design of the original hinge will break down and you'll end up with a broken hinge. This is something I'm going to show you how to fix today, mainly without soldering. I sell these replacement hinges on my Etsy store. I'm often asked for instructions, but there are no good guides out there, so print it off a new set. These are the two different designs I have. Both do not require soldering. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to do this. So first up, brand new headphones, just got them off Amazon, delivered this morning, and I'm already cutting into them just to show this video with a nice clean set. So there's 4 Phillips screws on the outside that you need to take off. So this is the first one. Pretty easy to get to, not much trouble here. So the only thing I found was difficult was around the lip of the hinge. There's like 2 tabs, you have to have like a small thin, I used a flathead screwdriver bit and I was able to push it in and then leverage it out, and I'll show you that in a second. Just get the rest of these screws out here. This part's not really difficult, it's pretty straightforward. I find the whole process is very straightforward. Some parts can be difficult, but it shouldn't take any more than about 20 minutes. So yeah, this is the part I was talking about. As you can see, I jammed in a flathead bit into one of these tabs, leveraged it up, and it just pops out then, so you're good to go. You get this out pretty quick. This is on the other side, and that's it all out. You just need a bit of force and it'll clip out. Giving it a good bend there, so there's no fear of it breaking. There we go, it's out. There's actually a screw you need to pop out here as well. This just allows you then to release the hinge from the lower part of the headphone cup. You don't actually need to take this one out. I took it out because it helped with the wire routing, but you can leave that in. It's not in the way at all. So that part, the hinge itself comes out of the headband. You need to twist and pull. Give it a little wiggle and it should pop out. That's the lower part then out of the hinge cup as well. I don't know if you've seen that, but I'll show you in a sec. There we go. So yeah, that gets that part out. Now that needs a wiggle and it'll come down. It just needs to let the tabs release. There we go. Told you, pretty straightforward. Comes out pretty easy.
Once we reach this part of the disassembly, you'll notice that the headphone wire is actually routed through the hinge. This means even though your old hinge is snapped and broken, you're not able to remove it because it's still routed through the actual headphone assembly. Now your choices here are to completely disassemble the ear cup and desolder the wire from there. The other thing I suggest doing is using a pair of cutting tools like this and cutting away the old hinge, and then you're able to just route in the new hinge that I provide. And because it leaves space for the wire, you're able to actually route the wire through without having to do any more soldering or anything. You've cut away the old hinge, so it's just a case of replacing in the new one. Which also, this version, which was a slightly older version of it, but it did the same job. I'll show you later in the video. For the purpose of this video, I'm actually going to show you a completely different way to do this, which is just snipping the wire. We can snip the wire here, and then we can come back and repair it without soldering. This is going to be another non-solder way, but this way is a lot quicker. Personally, I still prefer to cut away the old hinge, but because this is a brand new set of headphones and the hinge is intact, I don't want to destroy it, so let's get on with this. I'm going to take our left piece replacement hinge. When it's facing you, it points to the left. That's how you know it's the left hinge. So you're going to want to route this through. And it just fits up nicely in the hole, same way as the original, still has the original stops. Quick comparison. This is the one we took out, and this is the replacement. I printed it in green just so it's a lot more visible in this video. Now that that's in, you're gonna take your other ear pad, ear cup. You wanna feed it through this hole, down around here, and then reconnect your wires, which I will show you how to do in a second. So in order to repair these wires, you need to get rid of the red coating on the sound wire. You can leave the ground, it is absolutely fine. You just need to get rid of some of that insulation, the non-metal white stuff you can see. So to do this, we can actually use a lighter. And there we go, that takes off the silicone coating, allows you to solder it. Just do that a couple of times, make sure you get it all off. And then if you go ahead, do that on this cup wire also. Now that you've done that, one of the things you can actually do is clean up these wires first. I'm just going to go get some isopropyl wipes and do that. Alright, with those wires now cleaned up, what we can do to make a nice join here without soldering is just to give these a nice twist. Twist, put a slight bend in them. Now, once you've twisted those together, so that they're nice and secure, I'm going to go ahead, take some black tape. Obviously, you can do this a lot nicer, but get that nicely done, and go ahead then, we want to take care of those copper ground wires. I'm going to go ahead and tidy these up just off camera. Alright, now that we have that wire reconnect,
pop this cover on, line up the tab on the cover with the tab at the top, line it up, pop it on, and it will click in. I'm going to go ahead and pop on this lower cover as well. I think it's actually easier to pop this lower cover off first before you put the top one on. But all clicks in pretty good. 4 screws need to go back in, and that should be it all done and dusted. So that's pretty much it for the video. I'm just putting the remaining screws in. I've skipped over a lot of it. You're probably wondering, that's my African grey parrot called Steve. You can hear in the background doing a lot of the sound effects. Very loud children in the estate making noise outside also, you probably hear that. So if you made it this far, I hope your headphones have been fixed. I'm going to put a link to the parts in my Etsy store below in the description. Just showing you now, all the functionality still remains the same. They twist, they stop, they twist full way, bend, fold, everything. So any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you very much for watching.